It's so easy to get caught up trying to fix everything on the outside: our job, our income, our relationships. But what if the real key to changing our life isn't out there, but in here? Today, we're going to talk about how true, lasting change really happens from the inside out. So let's start with a question that I think hits home for a lot of us. Have you ever felt like you're just living the same year over and over again? Sure, the calendar flips, but the habits, the way you think, even the problems, they all feel exactly the same. It's that feeling of stuck that we're going to unpack today. So, what's the trap we all seem to fall into? Well, we focus on the outside stuff. We think, if I could just get a new job or if I just made more money, but that's like treating the symptoms of a cold instead of the cold itself. The real fundamental shift happens when you go deeper, when you start working on your habits, your mindset, and your daily actions. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of everything. You can change your city, you can change your job, but if you don't fundamentally change, you're just going to end up creating the same situations and same results everywhere you go. That cycle is just going to keep repeating until you decide to work on yourself. Okay, so where do we even begin this whole process? I mean, working on yourself sounds huge. Well, it all starts with one single, powerful idea. This is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. It's taking total ownership. Let's talk about the word responsibility. For a lot of us, it feels heavy, like it's about blame. But this is a crucial reframe. This isn't about saying everything is your fault. Bad stuff happens that is completely out of our control. But it is your responsibility to do something about it. That simple shift takes you from being a victim of your circumstances to being the one in the driver's seat. Let's make this real. Imagine two people facing the exact same tough situation. The first person, the blamer, just says, "This isn't my fault. Life is so unfair." And you know what? They stay stuck. The second person, the owner, says, "Man, this is really hard, but it's my life, so it's my responsibility to fix it." And they start taking tiny steps to improve things. One stays stuck, the other starts to grow. That is the incredible power of ownership. So once you've really embraced that ownership mindset, how do you actually make it happen? How do you turn that idea into real, tangible progress? Well, that brings us to the next piece: building your daily operating system. Think of it as the engine that powers everything. We tend to romanticize the big, dramatic moments of change, right? Like a movie montage. But life doesn't really work that way. Your life is actually the sum of thousands of tiny, seemingly insignificant daily habits. What you do day in and day out is what quietly builds the person you become. I love this metaphor. Think about a single drop of water hitting a big stone. The first drop does absolutely nothing. The 10th, nothing. The 100th, still nothing. But you let thousands and thousands of drops fall on that exact same spot over and over, and eventually, that constant, gentle pressure carves a hole right through solid rock. Your daily habits have that exact same incredible power. And this leads us to a really crucial and kind of humbling truth. We all have big goals and aspirations, and that's great. But on your worst day, when you're tired and stressed, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall back to the level of your systems, your habits. That's why building a strong foundation of daily practices is absolutely non-negotiable. And it's not just about having habits, it's about having focused habits. Think about it like digging for water. You could spend all your energy digging 10 different holes, each one just a few feet deep. You'd be super busy, but you'd never find water. Or you could pour all of that same energy into digging one deep, concentrated well. It takes more patience, for sure, but eventually you hit the source. It's the same thing with your efforts in life. Okay, so you're taking ownership. You're building these focused, daily habits. You're making progress. What's next? Well, now you have to protect it, because all that hard work, especially when you're just starting out, is fragile. You have to actively defend it. When we talk about protecting your progress, what we're really talking about is your environment. And let's be clear, your environment is so much more than just the physical room you're in. It's the podcasts you listen to, the people you follow online, the friends you talk to. It's all the standards and ideas you're absorbing every single day. Here's a really powerful way to picture this. Imagine your mind is a perfectly clean glass of water. Now, picture a slow, dripping faucet of dirty water right above it. One single drop of that dirty water, you wouldn't even notice it. But let that tap drip, drip, drip all day, every day, and eventually the entire glass of water becomes contaminated. That is exactly what a negative environment does to you, slowly and subtly. We love to believe we're completely in control, that we're immune to outside influences. But the truth is, our environment is always quietly shaping us. It sets our expectations. It defines what we see as normal. It is literally choosing who we become. And that's why you have to be ruthless about curating it. All of this, the ownership, the habits, the environment, it brings us to our final and most important section. See, the ultimate goal isn't just to get different results, like more money or a better job. The goal is to become someone you genuinely respect. Because here's the secret. Results always follow identity. So what even is self-respect? It sounds like some vague, fluffy concept, but it's not. It's actually incredibly simple and tangible. Self-respect is the trust you build with yourself. It's what happens when you finally start doing the things you said you would do. It's when your actions and your words are in perfect alignment. And you don't build this overnight. You build it with small, daily wins. You keep the tiny promises you make to yourself, like getting up on time. You finish what you start, even when it gets boring. You do the workout you said you would do. You stop running away from those uncomfortable but necessary tasks. Every time you do one of these things, you cast a vote for a version of you that you can actually trust. We get the order of operations completely wrong. We think we need to feel confident or feel self-respect before we can do the hard things. But it is always the other way around. You become strong by doing the hard things. The self-respect isn't the prerequisite, it's the reward. It follows the action. So when you boil it all down, all of this, the ownership, the habits, protecting your environment, it's all just different forms of the same thing, investing in yourself. Pouring time and energy into your skills, your mindset, and your discipline, well, that's the one investment in life that is absolutely guaranteed to pay off. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. If it's true that every small action you take, every little habit, is a vote for the person you're becoming, just take a second and look back at your day. Who did you vote for today?